What is going on, everybody? Welcome to Lineman Life Live. I am Uche Waneri, and I'm here with my guys here, Nate and Tree and 5 Points Vids. What's happening, fellas? It has been a busy week in the world of sports, and the NFL in particular, also in baseball. We may have crushed the curse in Atlanta, the championship curse. Maybe. 3-1 lead, pulled it off against the Houston Astros, and now my Atlanta Braves, which, I mean, admittedly, not a huge baseball connoisseur of any sort, but I do root for the Atlanta squads, and the Atlanta Braves are the World Series champs. So clap for them.
It reminds me a little bit of like the Capitals winning the Stanley Cup and then the Nats won the World Series. Who knows what kind of momentum the city of Atlanta gets out of this. Georgia looks like the odds-on favorite to un-Georgia. It could be a nice little state-wide celebration here shortly for the
could be a nice festival season.
Yes, the sad state of Georgia is getting some redemption in their lives.
Some relief.
Maybe it'll be like the Cavs and like the Cleveland Browns hijack their parade for themselves.
Yeah, the 0-16 parade.
So, I mean, that was obviously a big story there with the Braves winning the World Series, but also because we are obviously more football-centric here, Aaron Rodgers. And you know, it's crazy that in a way this has kind of taken over the football headlines from what was just a big tragedy happening with Henry Ruggs and the fatal DUI accident he was involved in. We got more information on that as well. We'll get into that in a little bit here. But, obviously Aaron Rodgers, quarterback for the Green Bay Packers, he will not be playing this week because he tested positive for COVID. And when this happened, I guess everybody was kind of like, huh? Well, what you mean? Like, what? He's out. So what? He tested positive as in he's not vaccinated? And that's what it was. He's not vaccinated. And he got sat down. He has to sit for what, 10 days automatically? Sit for 10 days.
So he may be out next week too.
And he can't come back until Saturday the 13th.
So first
November.
It was he has a mandatory sit because of exposure, right? That was the first initial leak, and then that the mandatory sit is what set off a bunch of alarms, because the only way you get sat mandatory is if you are unvaccinated. And so people started digging around and they figured out, well, Rodgers said he was immunized, but apparently he's unvaccinated, and that caused a mandatory sit. Then today at about 3:00, it comes out that he popped hot for the vid. And so he's done. Like, he's not even in exposure protocol. Like, he's probably asymptomatic.
They're doing a close contract. They're probably doing a close contact trace on him right now. So, I mean, we remember seeing the pictures from, I think they have pictures from the preseason when he was on the sideline, not dressed, no mask on, and talking to people left and right, which, okay, that, if you're vaccinated, that's one thing. But if you're not vaccinated, that's breaking protocol. And the NFL is now looking into this, saying that they're going to start doing some research here as well, because they weren't, they had already made it clear to Aaron Rodgers that he would be listed as unvaccinated, because we don't want your homeopathic doctor's home remedies to be listed as officially vaccinated statuses, because you did a DIY or DIY.
That just sounds like
at your house.
Yeah, like he just tried to circumvent the rules by saying, all right, I'm gonna drink this horse dewormer and I'm gonna fucking not get the COVID, when he fucking didn't do it and then got the COVID. Like, what else do you like? How else do we have to explain how science works to Aaron Rodgers in the fact that he went with this home remedy. Now, the other thing, though, on the flip side, Aaron, is he's a little right. Is like, I think Kurt Benkert, his teammate, the third string, the practice squad guy, got it, and I think he was vaccinated. So, like, who knows who's right or wrong? But like,
well, I mean, I think that the whole thing boils down to the symptoms, like the symptoms, and then while both of them can spread it, one has a higher viral load. So you have a higher viral load from an unvaccinated, but you can still spread it if you're vaccinated. So
to me, mentally, and scientists, people who know science better than me can correct me if I'm wrong. To me, that's not a vaccination, right? Like, to me, when I think vaccination, I think the polio vaccine or chickenpox. Like, that shit needs to eradicate the disease. This vaccine is just a fucking, all it is like a taste of it. Like,
well, no, I think it wasn't polio. Polio was a cure, though, right? That was a cure.
Yeah.
Like, it was
polio,
it was a sterilized cure.
Yeah, they like eradicated polio.
So it was a legitimate cure, like a vaccine and cure are different, right?
Yeah. Well, I
think it's technically a vaccine.
Yeah, it's a vaccine. It was an inoculation for polio. But to me, like this COVID is, they shouldn't be calling it a vaccine in my mind. Like, I think it's just
they changed the definition of vaccine for this very reason.
But they also say, the flu vaccine is kind of works the same way, where it just limits your exposure.
I think with the flu, that what they do is target a certain strain that they think is going to be prevalent, and then they inoculate you against that. So you can still get the flu because you get a different strain.
It don't happen. Like, every year I've gotten the shot, I've gotten the flu. So I don't even bother.
I've never had a flu shot.
Yeah,
I've never had a flu shot, and I don't think I've ever had the flu. I've never been sick for like longer than a day. But again, I guess it just kind of boils down to, he used his verbiage very cleverly. Like, he put the words in a certain way. Nobody really followed up on it. I mean, he said, yes, I'm immunized. And everybody's just like, okay, that means he's vaccinated. If somebody would have followed up with a, what do you mean immunized, Aaron?
Which shot did you get? He's like, I took the home remedy. Me and my wife,
I took the shot.
Yeah, we mixed, ginger beer and some herbals together, and now I'm vaccinated. That's fucking bullshit, though, for him to say, yes, I'm immunized. Like, he just didn't want to get the
he said it so casual too. He was like,
well, he wasn't he's technically not wrong. If he does have, like, he did get COVID in the past, he's technically immunized.
Here it is right here. Actually, I got it right here. Let me pull it up.
What was his recipe? I want to know what the home remedy is.
Clay.
It's probably like just
clay,
charcoal, that, or just like going in like a giant vat of COVID, and then just like marinating in that, and there you go, immunized.
That's all he said.
Are you vaccinated, and what's your stance on vaccinations?
Yeah, I've been immunized.
Immunized. He's lying through his fucking teeth.
Look at his face when he says it. He's shaking his head.
Yeah, I've been immunized.
He looked off to, you see how he looked off to the right?
He's trying to, yep. Classic telltale.
Yeah, I've been immunized.
Little up and right. Yep, you know it.
What's your stance on?
Man, if I'm the Packers, I'm pissed off, dude.
But hold up, though. This right here, though. This video right here is the one that I really thought. I'm like, yo, that's him speaking out of two sides of his neck right here. Just listen to him.
There's a lot of conversation around the league, and a lot of guys who have made statements and have made statements, owners who made statements.
Shifted his shoulders.
There's guys on the team that haven't been vaccinated.
Me?
I think it's a personal decision. I'm not going to judge those guys.
I'm not going to judge myself because I haven't been vaccinated either.
So it's an interesting issue.
This motherfucker is talking about himself.
He is literally talking about himself.
Literally talking about himself. How the fuck you do that? Look, man. Look. It's like being asked, do you wear condoms? Look, man.
Look, man. Hey, there's a lot of guys that go out there fucking some pussy and they don't wear condoms. And look, I'm not gonna judge those guys. Okay, I'm not gonna judge them. That's what they want to do. That's a choice they make. then have at it, my friend. There was a time before condoms, right?
Right.
So I'm not going to judge those guys.
Yeah, that's Anthony.
Do you wear
saying
condoms?
that.
Yeah, I'm good.
That's Travis Henry saying that, right? Travis Henry.
You know what I mean?
Travis Henry or Antonio Cromartie.
Yeah. What was Cromartie's breakdown? What was it, like 11 for 13, 11 kids with 13 different moms or something?
And also, like, he had a
I thought
vasectomy
it
and
was
still
like
got a
8.
girl pregnant.
Yeah. He fought through a vasectomy. Like, just
God, that motherfucker has super genes,
he
super
powered
super
through that
sperm.
shit. Yeah.
But that's Aaron Rodgers. It's funny to me. It's funny to me because it's funny on one end, but on the other end, okay, he's the quarterback. He's supposed to be the leader. He's supposed to be the, that rallying point. And and who knows if his other teammates even knew whether or not, he was well, I guess they would have known he wasn't because he was walking around with masks on in the facility. But how many of them are looking at him kind of side-eyed? And maybe there's some things, it's like, yo, I wouldn't got vaccinated and I didn't necessarily want to, but I did it for the team. How come the quarterback who's supposed to be the one taking us to the promised land can't do it himself?
And now he's going to miss 2 weeks.
And now he's going to miss games.
Right.
So that could cost us.
Right. What if they miss the playoffs, which I doubt, honestly. They're going to make the playoffs. But still, what if they miss the playoffs because of this shit? And the last dance gets last coughed on.
What if he has what if he isn't asymptomatic? What if he has symptoms? What if he starts getting affected by it? And when he comes back, what if he gets hurt?
I don't know. I think what will happen is he'll be non-symptomatic. He'll quarantine for his 10 days. He'll be out there just like everybody else. He'll have the antibodies now, so he won't get it again. And he'll go and do his thing. In 2 weeks, it's going to be a non sequitur.
Yep. He's
going
to be super immunized. So let's put it that way.
He'll brag about people. All the Packers fans, all the stockholders in Packers Nation are going to want to know what recipe he took, and they're going to go fucking take that shit, and they're like, "Yep, it's good enough for Aaron Rodgers. I don't need to get the vax." And the cycle of craziness continues because that's how the world works.
That's how it works right now.
Mm-hmm.
That's how it works. So, anyways, moving on from that, quickly. I mean, what are your guys' thoughts on the whole? Henry Ruggs. I mean, this guy was doing 156 miles an hour.
Like, how do you do that?
And that street in
a residential Vegas street. How do you do that,
dude? That strip in Vegas leads straight from the like. If you've been in Vegas enough, and you know that where the Cosmo is. That leads straight from the Cosmo, passes the airport, goes straight down. It's just a straight shot.
That's the strip. That's the main drag, isn't
strip.
it?
You know what I mean? It's across from the strip.
Oh, okay. It's a side. Okay, yeah, I got you.
It's a side. It's the main road other than the strip. And
He's lucky he didn't kill a pedestrian on the way. Easily.
I mean, there's so much, and there's always traffic there. There's always like a decent amount of congestion there. It's never just wide open. So you could never. I mean, I can't. It's hard to imagine how he even was able to get that fast on that road.
I know he has a nice sports car, but even then, like,
so there's too many lights.
My buddy who lives out
He's
in
probably
Vegas,
running through a bunch of lights.
My buddy who lives out in Vegas, so every square inch of Vegas is on camera. So in that main area. So when next time you go to Vegas, look up at the casinos and you'll see red lights up there. Not only are those for the planes and shit, but there's mounted HD cameras in there that have every square inch of Vegas on camera, and they monitor it in real time. So they have film of that incident, right? It's on film somewhere. I don't think it's, it has to be subpoenaed to be able to be released. That's why they had the stats on his speed probably so instantaneously. Like they're like,
well, they said they
or like
his car. His car's computer showed it. Showed
really?
What it was.
Wow.
Yeah, there's black boxes in cars now, dude.
Damn,
it records everything. So it recorded that the airbags deployed at 127 miles an hour.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's. So I don't know. How do you even survive that? Because usually 127, even with airbags, you're looking at like whiplash or neck issue. Like I know his girlfriend's still in the hospital or whatever. I mean, it's probably precautionary, but at the same time, it's like, he was probably out clubbing, partying, 3:30 in the morning. He's probably out driving with a girl, probably trying to enjoy life and probably hook up later. But 150 miles per hour, dude, like, let's be real. Like, all of us have probably driven drunk once in our lives, but we're not going 150 miles per hour down the fucking road.
That's where I start sobering up, when I'm like, oh, what am I doing? No. I would never.
It was a bad. First of all, obviously killing a person was a bad look before, but then when you see the gross negligence, it's almost like it goes from manslaughter to negligent homicide, and that's like an even bigger charge right there, because if he wasn't drunk and he did 156 miles an hour and hit into the back of somebody, that's negligent homicide right there alone. So add the DUI into it. It's like, dude, like you're a danger to society.
Not just DUI. He was over double the legal limit, 1.61. And also, like, you have to remember, like, not just the dog who died, it's the girl who died. She didn't die on impact. She was stuck in the car and burned alive.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
So it was a brutal
That was
death.
new to me. That was new to me. That is that.
Yeah, it just came out today.
A whole nother level.
Yeah, that was a cruel way to die.
She's at a stop sign just trying to go home or something, and like just minding her own fucking business. And Henry Ruggs just goes and ends her life. Like it's sad and it's
for
pathetic,
no fucking reason whatsoever.
He's
That's
fucking
the shit
done.
that makes me sick, man. I'm like, bro, there's like no reason for that at all in this world. There was no reason for that.
Yeah, it was terrible, and I just feel so bad for that young woman's family. But I don't feel bad for Henry. I mean, obviously he's got to deal with this trauma. I don't think he set out and got in his car with the intent to kill someone. But at the same time, it's like, how can you be that negligent? Like,
how could you not take 1 second to think like, okay, I'm going too fast? Let's say, okay, you made the decision to drink and drive. But you make the decision to drink and drive with the intent of getting your ass home without getting stopped by somebody.
Right.
You know what I mean? So the first thing that you start doing is trying to take an abundance of caution.
Mm-hmm.
And you decided, I'm going to throw caution to the wind and just gun it down down the main road, not even on the interstate, where you could say, okay, I'm on 85 here in Atlanta, where it's a straight shot for 5 miles and there's 7 lanes. So you can just shoot down one if you want. Everybody knows in Atlanta, get your ass out the left lane if you ain't doing 85 at least.
And
you know what I mean? So
he's got no excuses either. It's not like he fell asleep behind the wheel. It's not like he was disoriented or, he was just speeding with malicious intent. It just seems like, or malicious,
probably to show off.
Yeah. Yeah. He was probably showing off, and he almost killed,
almost killed his girl too.
Yeah. So it's maddening, and it's frustrating, and it's sad, and it's another stain on the Raiders.
It's a stain on the NFL. It's a stain on the NFL because, for me, one of the first kind of like emotions that came to mind for me with this situation was, damn. So like when people talk shit about, look at what athletes have done. I can't say nothing when it comes to that type of thing, because look at what athletes have done. Now, again, if you're comparing them statistically, we still commit crimes at a far lower rate than the general population across the board. But I mean, those crimes will be amplified times 100. And that's where, perceptions are built around, what you're shown, and what people will be shown on TV is the carnage from that accident, the burning, smoldering car, and eventually we'll find out who the victim was, and we'll have to give her just due in the media spotlight as well, because it wasn't her fault. She didn't decide to. She didn't ask for that. She didn't ask for that, and you gave it to her, and that's what makes us look bad. You know what I mean? So it sucks all the way around. Sucks all the way around, for real.
Yeah. Terribleness.
All right, let me go through these super chats real quick. Ale for $5. Always happy for extra football talk. Any takes on the OBJ situation? Was his contract too big to take on a trade? I mean, what do you? I think that is, you guys said he made some big money this year.
Yeah,
off the
15
contract with
mil.
Cleveland, right?
15 mil.
Yeah.
Fortunate thing is, like, his dead cap, I was checking this before the show. His dead cap is gone after this year, but at the same time, his production does not justify it.
Who would want him? Like,
Yeah, nobody wants him right now.
Receivers age like porn stars. Like, they just hit the wall
and get ugly as hell.
mean, the only thing I can think of is, like, anyone who has a receiver hole where they can fit in, especially the run down the middle, like the Packers
Jax
maybe
could
a
use
week
him.
ago, but now the Jacksonville can use him.
Yeah, he'd be the number one on
Jax could
Jacksonville.
use
Just watch him.
Jeez.
Just watch him go to the Steelers for the hell of it, because we need like a
Look at
guy
that.
to replace Juju.
See that slot
Shad
receiver.
Khan will give you all the money you want, bruh.
He pulled a
And
red.
you can complain and whine, and ain't shit gonna happen to you.
Yeah,
You can
he
even
could pull a red.
stay in New York after a game.
He should go to the Washington football team. Like, remember when they used to overpay guys way past their prime?
Oh
like
my
Deion
gosh.
went there. Bruce Smith went there.
Oh, yeah.
50
Dan
million.
Snyder era, baby.
Yep.
You're
Let's
damn
sign
right.
some
Albert
random-
Haynesworth
One
got
last
him a cool
paycheck.
100 million. He got him a cool 100 and didn't just say, fuck it, I'm done. Oh, Mexican Iron Man for $9.99. Mexican Iron Man. What's up, brother? He says, love this show. You guys are great. A great analyst team. As for Rodgers, liar, liar, pants on fire.
Yep.
Do you think he gets suspended for this, even if he did lie to the NFL? Let's
Nah,
say?
he didn't lie directly. He didn't say,
Uh.
yes, I'm vaccinated and here's my card. He didn't pull an Evander Kane. He said he was immunized. So he had some culpability there, you know?
Immunized. That is
Yeah.
going to be like, that's got to be, I'm going to make a shirt that says I'm immunized.
Yeah, I'm protected. I'm protected. That's what
I'm
Cam Newton
protected.
should have said. Mhm.
Yeah, I'm protected
Yeah,
by the blood of Jesus.
that's right. By the blood of Jesus and this condom right here that doesn't exist.
Alex Moreno, $4.99. He says, howdy, gentlemen. I'd just like to start by saying, how about them Rams, baby? The Lombardi is coming to LA. Suck it, Seahawks. Also, Ruggs deserves an F.
Big F in the chat.
Yeah, big F in the chat for
Not even F.
Ruggs.
Doesn't even need like
F
an F.
minus, a minus F.
Yeah, zero.
To pay no
Zero.
respects.
Right.
Mm.
He burned his career and flushed it down a fucking toilet.
Yeah, he did. Not even
He's
he
done.
didn't even get to 2 years old. 2 years of a career.
Yeah.
Jesus. Alex Moreno for another $4.99. He says, OMG, the dude killed a woman and her dog. Are you kidding me? That is low. Like, how can you live with yourself after realizing the 2 souls he killed? I found it very surreal. If you've seen the video of the fire, like the moments right after the crash. Oh, dude, it's fucking.
Yeah.
I mean, what the?
I saw the
It-
aftermath. I haven't seen like the actual fire.
I don't have a
I mean, it's on TMZ
morbid.
for anybody who wants to see it, but it's about 50 seconds long, and it's just the car on fire. And people who are videotaping are like, man, I hope the person who's in the car got out. And you see Ruggs sitting on the pavement next to his car, white T-shirt, bloody, looks like he's got some blood on his shirt. And I mean, the car is literally smashed, like his Corvette smashed.
Yeah,
And
its
the-
front's
and the RAV
destroyed.
4 is the RAV is just engulfed. You can't see anything but flames, like the whole thing. And how fucked up is it that woman survived that, and then had to
and then die. Yeah, and then
be
expired.
burned alive?
Fucking bullshit.
Ugh. Oh my god! So, a lot of news there in the sports world. Not all of it, not all of it the funnest to talk about. But let's go ahead and get into this Tiermaker. Let's get this thing rolling. Let's lighten up the mood some.
Lighten her up.
Lighten her up, because we got some games that are going to be played this week, and we got some teams that we got to label for the next 7 days. So let's start it up. Week 9 in the NFL. First game up here, we got Jets at Colts. Colts are minus 490.
I think Mike White takes the legend and makes it further.
Good old Mike White.
Mike fucking
Mike
White,
White.
dude.
You're going with the Jets? Mike White's
Nah,
gonna play.
I mean, the Colts are weird though. Like they'll always have like games where they just shit it for whatever random reason. I don't know.
Yeah, I like the Colts in this one. For the Jets to win 2 in a row, it would take heaven and earth to be moved. I don't have any faith.
2 in a row for the Jets in Indianapolis. I doubt it. But where are they going on the Tiermaker? I think that, I mean, obviously the Jets are
Detroit garbage.
The Detroit Garbage Express. And the Colts, I mean, the Colts right now, they find themselves in a position. They're in a position. They can make some things happen.
I would say don't give me hope.
I would say don't give me hope too, because it could fall apart just as quick.
Yeah, he's making dumbass throws, doing Carson Wentz.
Oh my God, dude!
Carson Wentz, he is so talented. He is so talented. Like I remember when he was an Eagle, I would just be like, "This dude is gonna ball out and fuck us in the end." And then he does dumb shit when he doesn't have to. Like and it'd always be against a team not the Giants.
A roller coaster of emotions last week. Dude, I was watching like, wow, great throw. Wow, you're a fucking idiot. Wow, great. Wow, you're a fucking idiot.
That's how he did things.
Like, who are you throwing it to? Like the sack. I mean, the was it a sack or was it a safety that was?
It was going to be a safety that he threw it out.
And it's a touchdown. And it's like, only you could do something so fucking utterly, ridiculously random in a football game.
He went from bad to worse all together.
I mean, if there was, you know how video games, if you're playing, well, I don't know how recent sports games you guys play are, but in sports games, like if your guy's having a bad game, their rating goes down by a couple of points, in the quarter. He probably would have went down like 7 or 8 points off that one play because it was like, yo, you fucked up and took the safety. But no, then you didn't take the safety. You just threw it up. And then it got intercepted in return for a touchdown. You actually did the trifecta there. You did the trifecta of fuck-ups.
Yeah. It's pretty bad. Pretty bad.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Then he had to go right out there again.
And the fortunate thing is Tennessee has no secondary, so they let him go back down the field.
Yeah, he came right back out, tore him up again. Then like overtime.
Yeah, it's like Tennessee
an interception immediately.
Yeah, Tennessee had like 3 guys at like the 50 in front of the wide receiver. The wide receiver just randomly catches it. It's like, what the hell are you doing?
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
All right. So next game up, and this one, I mean, hell, this is a whole new ball game now. On this one, we got Cleveland at Cincinnati. Cincinnati's minus 140. Where do we put Cleveland? Is Cleveland falling that far?
They're fighting.
Don't give me hope right now, especially with like the OBJ news coming out with how bad they were last week against the Steelers. Like Browns really blew that game. And I will stick by that stake.
I think they've been falling. They've been slow. It's been a slow and miserable fall.
I just think, until they're like 2 games under 500, they're still fighting for the right.
Well, to be fair, the week before they played Denver, so
yeah, they got a little cupcake.
They got lucky.
Little cupcake.
I don't know. Where do we put them? Where do you think? Fight for the right? When are they getting back? Or are they getting back? Mayfield.
Well, Mayfield came back last week.
Yeah, he's playing.
He was back last week. Damn,
he played that game, and they still fucked it. He still looked like trash.
No, Jarvis Landry looked like trash.
Yeah, Jarvis Landry
couldn't catch anything.
Trash. But if he would have thrown it to Odell, he would have been fine.
Right?
If he just would have found it Odell, they would be 6-2 or whatever. So
all right, so I'll give him that fight for your right. Fight for your right. Okay.
Now
what about these Bengals? These Bengals, does that loss to the Yeah,
they bounce back. I think they take care of this game right here. So it's my turn. Still they're going to win the division.
I believe in them.
Yeah.
For now.
Joe Burrow.
For now. Mm-hmm. All right, next game up here, we got Denver at Dallas. Dallas minus 410. Is Dak playing this game?
Maybe,
doesn't
I'm not
matter.
sure.
It doesn't
Yeah, it
matter.
doesn't really matter.
Fucking
It doesn't
Cooper
matter.
Rush, they're gonna just fucking shit all over. Like he's gonna feel comfortable now after his first NFL win, being a not a great
The
team,
Dallas
but-
Cowboys
Yeah.
quarterback.
right? But
He's gonna start calling
yeah,
himself QB1.
he's walking around like Chris Comer in Friday Night Lights, like he's the new shit right now. You know,
Mhm.
like so. I don't think it matters. He's gonna be fine. Dallas is gonna march to a fucking annoying ass 14-win season.
Well,
And they are the
14
bad-
means the
They're the
prediction
bad
doesn't come
guys
through.
now. They're
Yeah,
the
they're
bad
bad
guys, dude. You hate it. All of
I
us
hate
do
him
it.
too. I
We
hate it
have
too,
to
man.
admit it. Everybody,
Dude,
people are.
we have to deal
circling-
with Scooter Magruder going
Yeah,
off about
look.
this crap next week.
I can't.
Look, other teams are circling the date now. It used to be all right. We don't have to worry about the Cowboys. Fucking Dak's out. They suck. Sean Lee's already hurt. You know they're fucking fucked. Now it's like fuck. Cowboys are coming. We gotta hear this shit,
Burns.
not just only from the Cowboys themselves, but from the fans and everyone.
It burns.
It does burn. It burns. It burns.
Oh
Scooter
my
on
God,
Thursday is
The
gonna
Cowboys
be
are in
insufferable.
the bad guys group, fellas. It's
Yeah.
it's gonna be that kind of football season. All
Don't be that
right, so
kind
we
of
got
football
them
season.
obviously annihilating the Broncos.
Broncos are spare some
Broncos
change.
are
They
spare some
trash.
Spare
change.
some
Yeah, they
change, governor.
trash.
Some
They're
change.
definitely trash.
That was a terrible
All right.
game to watch against
Trizzle
Washington.
dot
Oh my god, that
fizzle.
was bad.
It's just
Trizzle.
bad. All right, so next up, and I mean, I'm kind of curious about this game because it is clearly the tank bowl of tank bowls for the year. The Houston Texans at the Miami Dolphins. Dolphins are minus 290. They're favored.
290.
This be
I
hardcore
mean,
tank bowl.
this is the first- Yeah,
They're both Detroit Garbage Express.
this is the first round of the tank offs right here because I think the number one overall pick will be determined from the whoever wins this game.
Texans couldn't even do anything right. They pissed everyone off because they lost a lot of people a lot of money because they scored 22 unanswered points. Backdoor cover, baby.
Yep. Backdoor cover.
Vegas is sitting there like, fuck yes. Give us your
Yeah.
money.
Give us that money. I
Got
always
him.
think the Texans. Anytime they put a spread that's more than double digits, I always take the dog, man, because that's not the way the NFL works. Like
It's not. It's not.
It's
It would have
usually-
been if they didn't put in their backups.
Yeah.
Backups get
It'll-
ran through. That's why they don't get on the field.
Yeah. It's you only get those blowouts when one team is favored by like 5, and then they just fucking
Yeah.
shit all over that team. If a team is
Mhm.
favored by 16, either stay away or take the dog, because it just don't happen that way. I mean,
It
sometimes
doesn't,
but-
like it's not statistically. I mean, you could figure out the odds based on just some
you can
crucial
analyze
stats from each team, but other than that, it's a toss up. You know,
That's-
it boils down to turnovers and red zone.
Mhm.
That's it.
The only
End of the day.
time I've ever bet live on a game was KC and the Chargers when Phillip Rivers was still there, and I lost. I bet on the Chargers because they were the hot team coming in, and KC had lost like 5 games in a row, and the Chargers outplayed KC, but there was 3, like one receiver caught it for a first down and fumbled it, and KC ran it back, and then Phillip Rivers threw like a tipped interception that got ran back, and that was the difference. And I was
Yeah.
like, this is bullshit.
2 plays in the game changed the entire. Even though this team got outplayed from front to back,
Yeah.
2 plays that didn't go their way, and the game was changed.
I lost
completely.
$100, but I did have a fun time in Vegas because that's what you do when you're out there. Because weed
Oh, yeah.
is
You
legal
got to.
in Vegas.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So that's a tank. That's first round of the tank offs. I would say that would be the first round. Also, you would have New York and Jacksonville if they played this. Do they play this year?
Jets and Jacksonville do, not the Giants.
Yeah,
Second
the Giants-
round.
Giants.
Remember,
are
we
just
were
gonna
talking
get-
about going to that game because, like, it may be for all the marbles.
Man, pretty weak sports night for Wednesday. I mean, the Knicks are playing, but
Yeah.
they're not on TV.
Well, Well, the thing is, if the Braves and Astros play Game 7, then you'd be watching them right now. You need a quiet day. You have too much drama going on.
You gotta watch sports ball and stadium videos.
Pretty much. I may or may not have just released sports ball. So yeah.
Do you schedule your uploads, Tree, or
no? I don't. And the problem is, like, it took like ages to like do because like it's about a half hour long this week.
Oh wow,
long boy.
That's what I mean. Last week there was nothing, and I'm like, thank God, please be like this all week. And that's like, oh God.
Do you premiere? You premiere videos, right?
I don't premiere. I don't premiere anymore.
Ucha premieres them. I don't really see. I've never seen a difference in premiering and not premiering.
I feel like people
like the way it feels.
You like that live.
You
like that live feedback.
Yeah, man. I love the interaction. I jump on there, chat with people. And then I fucking demand that they hit the like button, or I'm gonna be fucking pissed. Hit the fucking like button now.
That's right. Hit it. Smash that like button. Fucking go in that like button, raw dog.
Raw dog that like button, and then tell it you're immunized.
Tell it you're good, baby.
Immunize that like button.
Transmit that.
If it asks if you got a condom, tell it you good. Tell it you good.
That's right, baby. You can trust me. You just met me at the skating rink.
For real. Trust me.
Feel free to pound that common sense
now.
Doggy style.
I gotta ask you, since we talking, what's the lowest amount of time from meeting a girl to smashing? Apps not involved.
Ooh.
Complete stranger.
I've never used an app.
Okay, I'm saying complete stranger to boning, shortest amount of time.
Okay, let me pluck from my college days. Yeah. I mean, there was this 1 month. Okay, I probably shouldn't say all this.
All right, don't name anyone. You don't have to name anyone.
No, I'm not gonna name any names. Okay. I'll just say let's call it 15 minutes.
15 minutes.
Damn.
Yeah.
And I thought 3 hours was quick. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, mine's like 3 hours.
That's what I mean. It's like you meet at a bar and then random one thing leads to another, and it's like you fuck. That's what it comes down to.
An hour is the most. Hours the most I've taken. But 15 minutes is not bad.
Yeah, 15 minutes is like that's speed dating.
I met you, and then we traded numbers.
Right.
And then the next day, we contacted. You asked me to come over, and I came over. And within 15 minutes, we were already getting it on.
Okay,
that's not fair, though. That's a delay, though. Okay. It's not like that's
a 1 day delay.
Okay.
I'm talking.
That's
I'm talking. You meet a stranger. You meet a stranger.
Exactly. So and then you fuck that night.
Two apartment.
Total time.
30 minutes.
30 minutes.
30 to 45 minutes.
That's a little more believable.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was like an entire month. Like every 4 days.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is not real. That's the thing with
single life, dude. It's
I don't even know these chicks. I'm like, hey, you want to go kick it at my place? Yeah. I'm like, oh,
yeah. It's 4 a.m. and you're like, hey, do you want to watch a movie? Like, nobody fucking watches a movie at 4 a.m. A feature-length movie.
Well, you watch it for like 5 minutes to get the illusion, and then you.
Oh yeah.
We're gonna watch Toy Story.
It's only on long enough for you to get comfortable on the fucking sectional and pull the fucking blanket over the top of y'all, and
it's not porn. And it's not porn, so she doesn't feel like a whore, right? Like it's like, gotta make sure she can't feel like a hoe.
It's like what do you watch? It's like, we're gonna Netflix and David Private Ryan.
That's a bit. That's the hoe code though. Like like when you're about to hook up with a hoe, it's like, all right, I know that she knows she's a hoe, and we both know that she's a hoe, but we cannot make her feel like a hoe because that would violate the code.
That would make things awkward.
Yeah. You can't treat her like a hoe because that's why
women don't like watching porn in general unless it's like a
you because she knew that you would treat her with dignity.
Yeah, you can't treat her like a hoe unless she asks you to.
Right, and then you send her a gift basket. like Derek Jeter. All right, I'm sorry. I didn't
Hey,
mean
had
to
a wonderful
derail the whole
time.
thing. All right, sorry.
No, it's all good, man.
They send her some
All right.
edible arrangements or something, man.
Yeah,
Jeez.
yeah, that's high class.
Yeah, edible
right there.
arrangements, you know.
Yeah, it's
Or,
like, hey, thanks for the fuck. Here's some
That means
chocolate.
she took
Or
you around the
Wendy's.
world. That's all I gotta say about that.
or Wendy's.
Wendy's?
I'll tell you one. I'll tell you one tell you one quick story.
Oh, dude.
Oh man. Well, it's not so much a story as it's just kind of a declaration of oh man.
Smashitude.
Smash the magnitude of smashitude. When I was at Purdue, I don't know how I could say this without somebody potentially watching this and being like, I know exactly what the fuck he's talking about.
Yeah, you gotta word it carefully. Word it proper.
When I was at Purdue, there was an individual that I can't even say it
All right,
because
don't
it's a
tell
matter
it
of
if
like,
it's gonna
That's
count
fine.
you.
That's fine.
I can't
We're
say it. It'll be
We're
too
good.
easy for somebody to pick that up. Anyway,
We're good. All right.
all right, moving on to the next game. Blue ball. Sorry, guys. We got the Falcons at the Saints. The Saints coming off the big boy win. They're minus 255 at home. I think that they're still fighting for their right. I don't really think that they have a.
Are we talking about the Saints without fucking Jameis and their fucking Trevor Simeon season? They're fucked.
Trevor
dude.
Simeon. It's Trevor Simeon. It's cuffing season for him, but
Yeah,
they still got a long road to go.
you're getting finger cuffed is what's happening. Mhm.
Pinky finger cuffed.
Yeah,
As soon as you fuck up, we're yanking you.
yeah. Taysom Hill and the and no deep balls is coming. That's
And I
what's
think
happening.
Falcons are still spare some change, governor.
Spare some change, governor.
They're halfway out of it, but only by default. That if you win a few times, you can get. Well, they haven't won a few times, so doesn't really matter. Okay, so I think we're good. We're settled on that one. Now we got in this one. I mean, I think that this team is slowly becoming a team that people are cheering for right now. Raiders at New York. Raiders minus 150.
Most maligned team in the league right now, though.
They
Snake
are under
bitten, man. Snake bitten.
They're under
Yeah.
some heavy stress. They under so much
Next.
pressure over there.
Next,
Now-
we are probably going to get Mike Mayock involved in a drug running scheme.
Now, how productive
this team
was? Now, I hate to be this guy, right? Like, how many actual contributions was Ruggs making on the field?
He did have a couple deep passes, so he did have some contribution.
He was
So-
showing flashes. He was
He was
showing
your
flashes.
home. I mean, he was like a home run threat. Like he didn't do much. Like he was leaning towards he could be something in the NFL, but he wasn't there yet.
Oh, so he was.
Yeah, too early to tell, kind of.
Yeah, got it.
So now it's like permanent bust him.
Just tragic, the whole thing, man.
Oh yeah.
Still upset about it.
Oh yeah.
Like
that
a
was
lot
rough,
of those
man.
people in that class have just like flamed out in the worst possible ways. Henry Ruggs now, Jeff Gladney for domestic assault. He got cut this past offseason.
Yep.
Isaiah Wilson with 4 plays. And he just it's tragic.
Yeah, I guess they
Yeah,
fell asleep during the rookie symposium.
when they was telling you.
Well,
about
they
all
probably
the shit
didn't have a
that he was
symposium
doing.
because of COVID.
Right. When they was telling you to have a fall guy, they didn't.
you need a homeboy. Who you
Yeah,
can-
Dude,
you
you
know,
can't. There's no fall guy for what Henry Ruggs did.
When you watch that clip
Yeah.
of Chris Carter, Warren Sapp is sitting there and he laughs when Chris Carter says that. He just laughs. He busts out laughing. He's like, "Did you just really say that, Chris? Like we're trying to tell these rookies."
Well, Chris Carter, did Warren Sapp say, "I don't do fall guys."
Yeah, and it's even
You
funny.
should have.
Yeah. I don't do fall guy. It's even funnier that Warren Sapp is teaching rookies, telling rookies what not to do.
Next
Yeah,
thing you should have
don't
Marvin
punch
Harrison.
the girls in their face after they tell you got to pay them.
Right. Don't try to
Sure.
GTA a prostitute. Just let her go. Let her keep her money.
You just let the card tilt around a couple times. You take the money, and then you run her over and collect the money back.
That's right.
That's how you do it.
Warren Sapp. I don't do
That's
that.
why you don't get any DNA fingerprints.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Sorry.
Lime soil. That's what you're gonna need. You're gonna need lime. You're gonna need a lot of lime.
You need a lot of limestone and a shovel. That's all you need.
And a shovel. All right. All right, so where do we got these? Where do we got the Raiders? Where do we got them? They're I mean, what are they?
They're fighting
They're fighting
Five
for the
and-
right. They still gonna get there.
5-2.
Yeah, they're fighting for it. They're fighting for it. And these Giants, I mean,
Giants,
they
they
really,
garbage express. They are hardcore
They
garbage.
Detroit
Giants are
Garbage
fucking
Express.
trash.
They are mega
Woo!
garbage express, dude.
Raiders
You
are
can't
gonna
beat
win
a
by,
terrible
like,
Chiefs
80.
team that's begging to lose.
And then Joe Judge is
So-
like, yeah, we're back to business as usual. What, of fucking losing, of being 8-16?
Looking like fucking
Oh, sorry,
schmucks.
my headset wasn't working properly.
Yeah. Having a career winning percentage of 333. You fucking piece of
Oh
shit.
God, that's
Fucking
fucking
trash,
bad.
dude. I get that he's
Can
not
you fire
fun to
owners?
lose. It's not his fault though. Like, who hires a special teams coordinator and makes him your fucking head coach for no other reason that he was fucking competent under Bill Belichick? Like, you can't fuck up under Bill Belichick or you're fired. Like, I don't get that. Like, why do people think
The
that Bill
special teams
Belichick's
guy.
assistants are so competent? They're just the ones that can understand and translate what Bill Belichick wants them to
Belichick
do.
is the mastermind behind all that. I thought we
Yeah.
realized that
Yeah.
by now.
I'm just saying, like,
Yeah,
if,
absolutely.
And unfortunately, we're seeing it with Flores too, and I thought he was doing all right, but
yeah, well, he had one good season, but you know, he's a little undermanned this year.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
Judge is fired, dude. He's not gonna make it through this season because this team is
No.
gonna finish with 4 wins, Matt.
Well, here's what's going to happen. Mara's going to think that's progress, and they're going to see it through. Lions did the same thing with Patricia, even though he should have been fired after you two.
Yeah, it's
Mm.
not. It's no. The way that Mara's been operating is 2 years. You better show some. And you know what? The problem is that Cleveland created the archetype for that. That you can bring in a guy for 1 year and fire his ass after 1 year. Rod Chuditsky
Well,
or whatever.
No loyalty.
And- right, no loyalty.
Kitchens.
Like, Cleveland proved that you can do that shit, and it doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah,
Hugh
but if
Jackson-
Jimmy Haslam's not an owner you emulate, he's fucking incompetent.
but still, it worked.
Yeah.
It's worked for them.
Maybe we'll see
They
how
made
this
the
year
playoffs.
goes.
It
They're
worked.
strong
It
coming out
worked
of it again.
because of deduction, not because they were
Right.
actually like doing it the right way.
Well,
Eventually,
because they
you're gonna
hired
get-
Dorsey. That's why. It's not.
Well, and then Dorsey has his problems too. And
Yeah.
then they fired him.
Yeah, but he built the team that you're seeing out there, and then they were smart enough to hire Stefanski. But you know, they were like, "Oh, Freddie Kitchens, go out there and fuck this up. Hey, Hugh Jackson, go out there and fuck this up." And now they're back. You know, they
Doug Marone
yeah,
in
they at least had a
Jacksonville.
playoff win last year. It's better than what the Giants have done in the last 6 fucking years.
Mike Pettin, baby.
Yeah, Mike Pettin, another. Wasn't Eric Mangina? He was out there.
Yeah, the man genius, dude. Don't diss the man genius.
Mangini, the man genius.
Yep. Don't diss him.
Ooh. We got a $5 super chat from Jason Gaines. My Braves are World Series champs. Now, can the sports media shut the hell up about ATL not being able to win a championship? Battle one, chop on. Appreciate that, Jason, man. Appreciate you for shooting over that super chat there. I think, I feel like it's, hey, once you get a world championship in any of the major sports, you have purged the negative grease from your flow of sports juices. It's gone. All the negativity's out.
No more negative grease.
Now, you know, that should allow for the Falcons to be able to start a fresh rebuild. Just get into it. Get yourselves back out there. Terminal Sports, $5. It says, to Rob Manchild for the All-Star fiasco. How's that sweet justice tasting? Snake didn't have the spine to stick around for the trophy ceremony.
Yeah, he didn't want to give the Braves their hunk of metal.
Yeah, well,
Well, you think
he's
it
probably
was
more
because of the
worried about
All-Star
the
game?
labor negotiation.
Yeah, he had to go fucking address questions. Dude, there could be an extended lockout.
That's a problem. Like, baseball can't afford it.
Yeah, this could be ugly.
So that's more their CBA. So it's about to be a battle.
Yeah.
That's why.
Oh yeah, well, there was a battle last year, like May, June, early July. The only reason why they played baseball last year is because MLB forced them to go with their original agreement because they were still under CBA. Like, there's a lot of battlegrounds there: extended playoffs, salary floor, salary cap, minor league salaries, contracts in
there's a
general. There's a
lot of
lot of
things that gotta
allegations
get
of
figured out.
collusion going on. Like, they are going to be ramming at each other's heads, and it's something baseball literally cannot afford.
Yeah, not in
Yeah.
the well. That's probably the crux of the negotiation. that the owners will use against the players is like, look, y'all motherfuckers need to sign. Y'all played for 10 years under this old agreement, and there wasn't no fucking pandemic, so you better fucking sign whatever's in here.
No, there have been issues long before the pandemic, though. So
yeah, but they're gonna use that as a fucking major excuse. Be like, we can ill afford a work stoppage here.
I mean, that's what the NFL did technically.
Yeah.
Yeah, the NFL didn't do a
worked.
fucking work stoppage. There was a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah, well, they fed scraps to the rank and file. That's what happened.
Yeah.
The extra roster spots and a couple like extra dollars to them, and that's just like a drop in the bucket for
one
them.
less practice a week.
Yep, we won't test for weed. So you know what? We'll do
test it
every
for
other
weed.
thing in the world, but we'll do extra Thursday night football games, more weeks on the schedule.
Yeah, we'll add 2 more games
and,
to the schedule. We're not paying you more money for that shit. We're taking 25% of your post
That's what I mean.
football career disability benefits away in 2 years. So everybody who's a former player in 2 years, 25% cut off your benefits. Boom. Shoop. That's how they make up the money that they're giving players back.
And they're making more money on top.
Yeah.
So they're still playing us either way, and we going for it because we got fucking bums like DeMaurice Smith in there. Now, hey,
Right.
John Gruden, hey, he called him what he called him. I don't agree with it, but fuck DeMaurice Smith. That's what I got
He's
to
spineless.
say.
I mean, the
He
NFL
is
loves him
spineless
because
and
like
he is corrupt. He's corrupt as fuck.
well, I mean,
Yeah.
do you think he was the one that leaked the email so he can get that extension?
no,
you think
he
that's a
doesn't- what
conspiracy?
extension? He doesn't need an extension because you know
Well,
what DeMaurice
his
Smith
contract's
did?
expiring,
He
wasn't it?
changed the rules of the fucking of the democratic process in which the director of the NFLPA is selected,
Really?
so that
Oh.
he cannot be voted out unless the committee
Really?
votes him out.
Wow.
Huh.
Yes,
I didn't know that.
because he had someone who actually posed a real threat to him, who wanted to run for head of the NFLPA, who was planning on going after guaranteed contracts in the 2010 or no, I'm sorry, in the 2020 CBA
That would have been huge.
discussions. He was going to go for full lifetime benefits for players.
Oh, he
their
was going
life
for the
healthcare.
MLB shit.
He was
Yeah.
going for full health care, lifetime, and he was going for guaranteed contracts, guaranteed at least the first
Dude.
3 years of every contract for
The
every
players
player.
would have loved that.
Yeah.
Dude, that would have been a game changer.
And they would have been able to get it insured. And that motherfucker changed. He was feeling DeMaurice was feeling pressure, so he changed the rules before the election so that he
That was a
couldn't
power
get
move,
elected
though.
out. He pulled the power move. You know what I mean? Him and Goodell are boys, man. They do the same bullshit.
See, that's
He just tries to
incestuous.
act
Like,
he's
It's incestuous, but that's why the NFL makes money.
yeah, but like,
I mean,
it,
like Roger Goodell's goal is not to improve the product on the field. It's not to help the players
not
out when
about-
they
it's
retire
not
or anything
about
like that.
helping the players.
It's
It's
about
all about
generating
TV
revenues to the
contracts.
owners
yeah.
all he wants, all he's getting paid to do is get TV contracts. That's it.
and
Everything
generate
else,
revenue for
he
the
don't give a
owners.
shit about. Yeah.
And he's doing a damn good job at that, unfortunately.
Yeah, he prints money.
And
so good for him.
the crazy thing is what you don't really like hear being talked about is that with the NFLPA, DeMaurice Smith, the way that they set it up, they have so much money that they get paid to get these things done. They pay themselves. Like when the CBA got ratified in 2010, they were paying cats like Drew Brees to get it ratified for the Saints, Peyton Manning to get it ratified. Players are sitting there asking, yo, why we only got like 5 bullet points here? Where's like the rest of the info about this deal? And they're like, yeah. They just basically like, oh, it's a lot of jargon, but these are the main things here. We feel like it's a good plan. And we need to ratify. We need to vote to ratify so we can go back to work. And motherfuckers are like, man, fuck work. Let's take some of their money. Let's get a game out of them so we can get what we want. And they're like, no. So guys are getting paid under the table, dude. It's been happening for years. They've known about the race norming that goes on for retired players when they try to get their neurological benefits for years. They've known about that for years, and they haven't done shit until people start bringing what was it? CBS or some major news corporation brought it out to the forefront because players sued them, and then they said and now they want to act like, oh, we're going to try and adjust these things. Well, shit. half 85% of the players that would have been able to get the benefit or they can't get it now.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like the NFL does everything they can to deny those benefits to players. That's like on purpose by design.
They don't want to work with them. Yeah.
They don't want to pay that money out. But if you think about it, they're paying $1 billion at the end of the day. The NFL made like $30 billion.
If that, probably more than that. There are teams worth more than $1 billion.
Exactly. You know what I mean? So, anyways, we went off a little bit there. Let's get back through this. All right, so we got Panthers we got Patriots at Panthers. Patriots are minus 180.
I say Patriots.
I know Patriots are winning the game. I feel like they'll win it. I feel like they're kind of fighting for their right here in New England.
I think beating the Chargers put them in that category. You're right.
Yeah.
They're not dead.
They're not dead. Not dead at all. Now these Panthers, they caught that javelin through the kidney.
DOA.
Apocalypto.
Sam Darnold back to being Sam Darnold.
Yeah. I mean, they got lucky they played Atlanta.
Man.
Very lucky.
Again. All right. Next up. Oh, man. Woo. I'm still considering whether I'm going to go to this game or not, but Buffalo at Duval.
Oh, jeez.
Why they invite you to
the game to get drunk at?
Okay, they bring you to the Legends game to watch Buffalo slaughter the Jaguars.
It's like, here's Mark Brunell slowly dying on the inside as his team from the 90s is destroyed.
Do they invite you? So you said that's like the alumni game.
This is homecoming. Yeah, this is the alumni game. This is like homecoming.
So everyone gets to go. Like David Garrard can go.
Yeah, everybody's gonna be there. Like, well, not everybody's gonna be there, but anybody who wants to come can come. And I put in and said I'd go, but I mean, I was kind of like if they were like kind of if they had some wins.
Yeah.
If they were decent. Like I'm not trying to go up there.
You should go and just yell shit at Urban. Just be like, hey,
you know what I mean? I will go do that. I'll do that live.
I feel like a lot of people are doing that, not just you.
Record
Buffalo
that shit.
Is minus 1,000.
1,000.
Hey, would you be okay if Urban Meyer coached at Purdue though?
Fuck no.
No.
Well, you know what? No, I would be. Yeah, he's a college coach. Yeah,
he would bring Purdue some.
He'd bring Purdue to prominence.
Purdue on the map.
He would.
You get wins, but you have to deal with the cult of personality. So it's kind of like
he would require utter submission, which I'm not that type, my dude.
Mm-hmm.
Jags are gonna get their ass kicked. Unless something otherworldly happens. But, hey, there's always the tank-offs.
Yeah, always the tank-offs, which are starting next week. Yeah, the Bills are definitely the bad guys.
Yep. We should use the American Gladiators theme song for fucking the tank-offs.
That show was crazy. They used to shoot people with the tennis balls. That was
my god,
dope. Made you kind of want to be on
back
it.
in the day. It did. I did. I wanted to be on it when I was young.
Mm-hmm. Shoot some fucking
Minnesota at Baltimore. Minnesota at Baltimore. Baltimore's minus 260. Baltimore is holding it down, man. I didn't think they'd last, but they're lasting. I can't hate on it. I think they might be up here now. They might be.
I say it's my turn.
I think
they don't know how to really gauge. They're too inconsistent. Yeah. And since he did beat them, so they crushed him.
Yeah, they did. Yeah. Minnesota. Yeah, it's another L for Minnesota. Where are they? They just spare some change right now.
Spare some change, governor.
Spare some change, governor.
I say don't give me hope, but they're the epitome.
They lost to Cooper Rush.
Yeah, bro.
Trashel, Dashel.
They are the epitome of purgatory. They are purgatory
team.
Like you will never see the Holy Land or return to the earth to right your wrongs.
Well, whenever they did, they never did anything with it. Christian Ponder.
Ponder.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right, next up, we got the Los Angeles Chargers at Philadelphia. They are minus 135. I feel like
Chargers.
this is a good bounce back game for them.
Yeah.
And you get it on the road. I mean, because
Yeah.
they kind of slipped a little bit here. I feel like they're right now they're fighting for their right, because that was a pretty bad beatdown they took. But definitely a bounce back against these slouches.
Yeah. Spare some change, governor.
Definitely a bounce back. Now this one, obviously, this is going to be this game changes a little bit because we don't got one of the key cogs for the Packers. Packers at Kansas City. Kansas City is now minus 365, and they're not even playing well, and they're being favored at home against what will probably be Jordan Love and Blake Bortles.
Yeah, Jordan Love.
Potentially.
Jordan Love.
Blake Bortles has been
Blake
contacted.
Bortles, the ultimate return.
Yes. Coming back.
I think this goes to Kansas City, to be honest. At home, they might. I mean, it'll be close, I think, because it's going to be a sloppy game.
Yeah, it's gonna be a game like the Giants.
Yeah, you're gonna find out how valuable Aaron Rodgers is.
Yeah, we're going to find out how valuable he truly is.
'Cause
Now,
we
Just
found
watch
out-
Jordan Love become God. Just watch
Right.
that happen.
Like we saw that with the Cowboys, how valuable Dak is, because they would have won, but they still won the game. But I think
Yeah.
you're gonna see the Packers lose this game, because of that shit.
Because he provides a certain level of playmaking ability that only he can provide. You know what I mean? Like, there are going to be some throws that he would make in the game that only he's going to make that throw. Your backup can't make that. He's not going to be able to put all the pieces together in body control and hand-eye coordination and know where he's sending it. That's what Aaron Rodgers does, on a different level comparatively. So I think they're going to take an L for that. Now, are they staying at the bad guys until then?
I'd say that.
so.
Yeah. I mean, now they're even more hated.
I'd say so.
They beat Arizona under man, so
Yeah.
Yep,
Now people hate him even more because Aaron Rodgers lying through his teeth about his vaccination status.
hey, he's immunizing the Packers.
Yes.
That's how you
And
have
then
to
talk
say.
to reporters fucking
herd
with
immunity.
COVID breath. He was out there
COVID breath.
unmasked, just fucking breathing COVID sprites on him.
Yeah, true that. So what about Kansas City? I mean, yeah, they won last week, but
They are fighting for their rights right now.
yeah,
I think by the end of the season they'll be down to don't give me hope because they're just playing bad football. But this is a get right game against a team that they probably should lose against, under normal circumstances. But
true that.
they do that and they're right back in it,
Yeah, I feel like I did predict they wouldn't make the playoffs before the season started. I just want to keep reminding you guys of that. But I feel like they could bounce back. They'll have multiple chances to bounce back because their division won't get sealed up until the last week of the season, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So they'll be able to fight on. Next up, we got Arizona at San Francisco. Arizona's minus 125. I don't think this game is as close as this is trying to make it seem. I think Arizona blows these bums out the water.
I think so too. I mean, they struggled with Chicago, like the 49ers. This is not as good as I think they're don't give me hope. I don't think they're
Yeah,
Spanish.
they are. Don't give me hope. I mean,
Yeah,
they did
they
beat
gotta be
Chicago
down.
without. I mean, it was without Khalil Mack, so
Arizona got kind of knocked down off of the bad guys thing, losing to the Packers. I think.
I'm AJ
Yeah.
Green. Oh, where's
Yeah.
the ball?
Yeah.
AJ
The
Green.
controller disconnected. That's what happened.
Yep.
He's
He
in
was like,
COVID
why does
protocol. I
Controller
think.
disconnected.
AJ Green turned around expecting them to run off tackle. Was what
He
happened.
thought they was running the ball, dude. That was what that looked like to me. That's what I was telling people. I'm like, yo, it looked like he thought they were run block. He was run blocking there because he ran into the defender, put his hands in his chest, and then he just stopped and looked inside. Like, where they at? Did they get in the end zone yet? Oh,
Communication,
shit, where
man.
the ball at?
It's so important, man. It's so important. Just like I watched the
buddy.
Manning cast, and what was it? Who was it? Strahan he was saying that he figured out that what you're saying up there, like what the quarterback was saying, what Peyton Manning was saying was all nonsense. Because he's like, I know that there's only like 7 guys that are smart on the Colts, and he said, ain't none of them going to be able to understand what Peyton's saying. He said he knew it was bullshit.
Yeah.
That's like right, Uche, with the cadence, right? Like the audible comes like right away. Like you know that it's an audible.
Yeah, the audible comes like by the time the quarterback gets to the line and he looks at the defense, he'll make the audible right there.
Right. And then the rest is him just saying jibber jabber to try to throw people off.
The rest is just the cadence, you know, and some quarterbacks will use different kind of cadences. But this is the thing. It's like for the offensive lineman, I know that if we go on a double cadence verbally, I know who's going to jump off sides if they're going to jump. I know who the fucking dummy is, who we just said on second cadence. Ready? Break. And you're looking at the motherfucker, second cadence. All right, cool. Get in your stance. And as you're hearing the cadence, you're like, this motherfucker is going to jump. I swear he is. I know. So green 88, tonight. And then there he goes. Like, I knew it.
Free play.
Fucking idiot.
Free play.
I knew it.
Toss that bitch deep. Let's
Dumbass.
go. So you try not to give it away that you know who's going to jump. Like you try to side eye him a little bit.
You're just looking. It could be in practice. It could be in a game. You just
You
know.
know
You're like, this is the guy who's and then you're looking at your defense on the field from the sideline. And you're like, oh shit, I hope they don't go on no hard count. They're gonna get this motherfucker. We got him every day of the week this week.
But don't you also know who's gonna commit the false start too? You're like, fucking whoever's on that left tackle, please do not fucking jump on this. Like, don't you know who the dummy is for false starts?
On the O-line, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Like I literally will be like, man, you sure you want to go on second cadence? Because we know one of these cats jumped like 3 times in practice this week. Dude, you know I've only had like one offsides, one false start in my career.
Yeah, I should never know an offensive lineman's name for a false start. Like to me, that's like a pretty unacceptable thing. The only time that as a fan like that where you get it is when like they're in Seattle or New Orleans and you're like, oh, I get it. Like you couldn't even. It's probably so loud in there you can't even tell them which cadence you're going on, right?
Dude,
like,
I would rather be late on the snap count than to jump off sides because at least if you're late, you can save it. It's gonna look ugly. Everybody when you watch film is gonna know you saved it because you were late. But it's better than jumping off sides. Like the one time I jumped off sides, it was such a nonchalant jump off sides. I just like lifted my arm forward and was like, I just stood up and was like, shit. And that was it. That's the only times I had to be. Yeah. Yeah. I was thinking about too much shit when I heard that loud. I just jumped. Like, oh. You hear that loud bark from the quarterback and you just be like, shit.
319. 319 hot.
And Dave Garrard, his ass would do it with like some venom. He'd like, 319, 319, come on! You're like, oh. I've seen motherfuckers jump and not get called at it before, like just shake a little bit, like, oh shit.
I've seen it more often, like a millisecond, someone going like a tight end or the left tackle and it not getting called. And I'm always surprised that it doesn't get called. I'm like, oh, y'all just going to let that go?
Yeah, I see that sometimes too, where they just let some of them things go.
All right, let's just let it go, man. That was inconsequential enough. All right.
Yeah. All right. We got 2 games left here. All right. We got this is a big game as well, obviously, because of who is not going to be playing. Tennessee at the Los Angeles Rams. Rams are minus 350. I don't think that it's doom and gloom for Tennessee, to be honest, right now. I really don't think it's a doom and gloom situation.
We talked to Kevin last night about it, the big Tennessee fan that he is. And I started buying into it a little bit more. Like you can running back by committee. Obviously losing Derrick Henry is a blow to any team, right? But if you get production out of 1 or 2 guys, then that's the big if. But I don't think it's going to be as bad. I think they're going to lose, but I don't think it's going to be as bad as people are thinking. Like it's such a devastating loss.
I think the production has to be like combined. You have to get enough production out of these running backs to convince the defense that they still have to play the run.
Yes,
That's all you have to do.
cool.
You don't have to rush for a ton of yards, but you need to average 4 yards a carry. You need to convince them that they still have to play the run on first and second down and even third down.
Yeah,
Because you can still get 5 yards a rip if you need to. And that's where it's going to be. That's what gives them a chance to win this game. But ultimately, I don't see them. I see them winning it if the Rams aren't on their game from the start. I see them having a chance to win it if the Rams aren't on their game, but not necessarily winning it.
I think if Derrick Henry's there, I'd probably pick the Titans to win this game, but I don't think I can though with Henry out.
Yeah.
So
I think they're still in it's my turn, right?
Yeah, for sure. Same with the Rams.
It's my turn, Rams, and it's my turn as well.
Yeah, the Rams aren't the bad guys. Yeah, I think we're just all rooting for Stafford. That's the thing. Like, hard to think that they're the bad guys until they are.
Well, they're the bad guys because of Kroenke. That's
true. They are terrible. Stan Kroenke is a terrible human being, but
yes, he is. And now the owners are finally realizing it. It's like shocking.
Last game,
Steelers and Bears,
week 9. We got
Steelers.
The Bears.
Dallas and Bears.
The
Steelers Super Bowl. Woo!
Steelers Super Bowl.
Put the Steelers. Add a new category that says Super Bowl and put the Steelers on there. But seriously, they're fighting for your right now. I mean, they did get lucky against the Browns, but they have an easy schedule coming up. They do have Chicago and Detroit. Rolling 6-3. False hope. Inject it into the vein. Immunize me with false hope. It's coming. It's coming.
I mean, you get to 6-3. That's playoff worthy. Like that.
It is.
We've blown it before though, so careful.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
It can
they
be
made
blown.
the playoffs.
That's true.
I said last year that they
7-2-1.
wouldn't make the playoffs, and they started 11-0. So
I had them going like 9. So I had them.
And then you got the Bears. I got the Bears to spare some change, governor.
Yeah,
they are.
they're trash.
They bad.
They're getting subtraction by addition with Matt Nagy coming back. Like they just they're fucking trash, dude.
It looks worse than last year.
Yeah,
last year was the worst thing that could have happened to them, and I'll say that until the day I die.
Yeah, the 8-8 with Mitchell Trubisky.
And made the playoffs
just by default.
Yeah, they made the playoffs, and that's why they kicked the can.
Yep, they had a soft schedule, and they just it doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense.
Yeah, they are.
But that's how crappy organizations operate.
There's going to be a 30 for 30 on the fall of Justin Fields one day because of these fuckers.
Right. The death of Justin Fields' career. Instant suicide.
Yeah, because they it's so bad. It's so bad. Ugh. It's so bad that he's going to regress as a football player, instinctual.
Maybe, but then you see him do stuff where he jukes out an entire defense, and
that doesn't run these days.
Sam Darnold had a couple moments like that for the Jets, where he just ran downfield.
Damn right.
You notice with Josh Allen, most of his highlights now are him throwing the fucking ball. Not him scrambling for 20-yard gains, which used to be in his first couple of years. Like Josh Allen continues to mature and grow as a player, and because he came into the right situation, and McDermott has treated him correctly. But I don't know if that's going to happen with Fields or Daniel Jones or
Buffalo deserve a new football stadium the way they've been holding it down the last few years.
Yeah,
shoot.
Yeah, they saw the potential. They drafted the right guy, and they see a guy that wants to work.
And they built their program around. They built their entire philosophy on offense around his abilities.
Mm-hmm.
And they've added complementary pieces. And those pieces have all bought into that because he is the leader. And they buy it.
Yeah, they buy it hard.
They buy it. So, all right, guys. Well, that is the Tiermaker for week 9. We do appreciate everybody for being in here on Lineman Life Live tonight. Like Tree said, he just dropped Sports Ball. Go check out Sports Ball on his channel. 5 Points Vids. You just dropped your stadium's history
I'm doing progression of dramatic stadium transformations.
Stadium
So,
transformations. You know he's going to be hitting some nuances in that.
yeah.
You know he
yeah,
is.
Some shit gonna go down in that.
So make sure you check out 5 Points Vids
Should
and
drop tomorrow.
make sure you are here next week once again for the Wednesday Tiermaker. Do appreciate you guys very much. We will catch you all on the next one. Hope everybody has a wonderful hump day. We'll see you on the next one. Peace.
So.